My name is Nia, and it has always been a pet peeve of mine since I was a little kid when people say the unearned I love you, like at the end of a video or a podcast or after a hangout with new friends or even sometimes as a thank you. Growing up in an Ethiopian family where love was not expressed in words, I got my education on the word first from Disney movies. And as I got a little older, from all those dramatic, romantic movies of Hollywood. So I wondered, how is that a word can describe such an intense emotion and passion, turn a beast into a handsome man, a frog into a prince, and be literally worth dying for, this arguably most desirable experience in life, be at the same time so casually used? Well, it seems like the fault is in the language we use. We have the words like, adore, love in English, and sometimes we just really mean that we like something a lot when we say we love it. Sometimes we just mean we're really grateful when we tell somebody I love you. But the ancient Greeks have thought about this a lot more, and they differentiate between the different kinds of love in their language. They call the passionate and romantic love eros, just one of the many expressions of love. We dream and sing about this kind of love the most. We want our real life love to start out of nowhere and as excitingly as the ones on the screens. Oddly, the love story in movies ends right when the lovers find each other and express their love and start their relationship. But in real life, that's only the beginning. The story that starts passionately with fireworks usually also ends just as quickly and passionately, but passionate hate this time, which I found confusing. How can someone claim to love a person and just after a few months claim to absolutely hate them? In the movies, at least, it's the opposite. People who despise each other usually go to figure out that they're actually in love by the end of the movie. When Harry met Sally, the proposal, the definition of passion is a sense of compelling desire for someone or something. And this is the point where people call it love. And passion demands everything. So when someone decides they don't want to be with us anymore, it really does feel like they took everything with them. So we save this hurt and resentment labeled with their name in our heart. It's also usually the case that people often claim to love a person they don't know much in reality. We just take a little bit of what we see from them. We do know that we feel attracted to them, and we paint the rest of the picture in our heads. Then, when we realize they're not who we thought they were, it doesn't feel like we lost one connection. It feels like our entire life painting, plans of the future, growing old with them is all gone. Eros love can be a beautiful one. Passion, after all, makes us feel alive. But with no strong foundations, it's a fleeting one. You need a kind of friendship, just loving a person as they are, even without the attraction part of it. Another kind of love, the ancient Greeks called philia. It's a type of affectionate friendship love. While you can love your best friend this way, it's also important to have philia towards your romantic partner. Would you even love this person if physical attraction wasn't part of it? The honeymoon phase of a relationship usually ends a year and a half after the start of the relationship. That's why lots of relationships find it difficult to stay longer than a year and a half. Most even end by the third month because the excitement fades away and there's nothing to hold the relationship after that. That's why you need common values and friendship and genuine affection to the person you're dating. If you've managed to hold this for a long time, if you move from falling in love to standing in love, the ancient Greeks had a word for this. They called it pragma. This word is not used in the present day Greek as much, but I find the meaning of the word, the idea behind it, fascinating. Genius. We usually focus on falling in love, and it takes a lot of commitment and a lot of hard work to build a relationship that stands the test of time. And they should definitely have a different word than the very easy and a very hormone-filled beginning stage of love. On the other hand, if you have your eyes on someone, if it gives you butterflies when you think about them, if it's a kind of like a crush, the ancient Greeks also distinguished this from other sorts of love and called it ludus love. This is the kind of playful, light, flirtatious love. I celebrated my birthday just a few months ago, by the way. I turned 28. I was most grateful for being surrounded with people and work that I love. And for the next year's wish, I just really wanted more of that. To be surrounded with people and even things really that I love and give me peace, fulfillment, and beauty. And for that, I would need to give more love. That is how it works. When you give people more love, treat them with kindness, you feel more at peace, happier, and connected. The kind of love the ancient Greeks called arabi. Most people pronounce it agape, as it is written in English, but it's actually pronounced arabi. A Greek friend of mine taught me this. It's a beautiful language. Anyway, this is the kind of universal love. There is a meditation practice called metta, or loving kindness meditation. It is extending love and active goodwill, warm-hearted feeling to all living things. It's known to boost connection, self-esteem, and forgiveness. And I feel like we're all out here swiping left, right, and center, trying to find someone who gives us that eros love, when what all of us need the most is more loving kindness, more arabi, more universal love, more acceptance, more empathy, compassion, even to those that are different from us and we don't agree with. I think it's the most important type of love that should be taught in schools and again in universities, and maybe a little training every year or so for every job, to remind us that we're all more similar than different, and to practice empathy and compassion, forgiveness every day. Usually the place to actively practice arabi is in metta meditation. You normally start with somebody you're close with, like best friend, family member, and try to wish them well. May you be safe, may you be happy, and then you choose somebody you feel neutral about, like barista at your coffee shop or a neighbor you don't know well, and you repeat this. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be at peace. And then you go to somebody that you don't feel positively about, like an ex-employer, somebody you had a falling out with, and you try honestly from the bottom of your heart to wish them well, to hope that they are happy and doing well. Actually, you're supposed to start with yourself, but this is tricky for a lot of people. Most people find it difficult to wish good and happiness to themselves. We have a hard time believing that we deserve absolute happiness. So if you find it difficult, you can start with someone you find it easy to wish good things for. You try to notice how you feel and try to feel that way about yourself and then others. To be the kind of person who gives love to others, you need to be in a habit of consistently giving love to yourself. This is an important practice because it trains you to be loved, to feel goodwill at all times to yourself and to others. This kind of self-love is also differentiated from others in the Asian Greek language. It's called philautia. It's absolute self-compassion, generosity, and forgiveness to yourself. Pay attention to your self-talk, especially when you make a mistake. If you're critical of small and big things and define yourself by them, it's going to be so hard to treat others with kindness. You can't truly love others if you don't love yourself. You can't really accept others with flaws and all if you demand perfection of yourself. Try to treat yourself with the generosity you would extend a baby. If a baby wants to eat more, you wouldn't judge them for not being like other babies who eat less. You would think it must be what their body needs, and you would give them healthy foods. That's also how you train your children to be adults who trust their body and mind and give themselves what they need and not treat food as a punishment or reward or an emotional escape. Self-love is often confused with either externally pampering yourself with showers or face masks or spending an unnecessary amount of money that you don't have on shopping sprees. Even the original Greek word philautia is used in the modern Greek language to mean somebody who's overly selfish or narcissistic. We confuse self-love and taking care of yourself and protecting yourself with only thinking about yourself, or somebody who doesn't consider others, when in reality, those two things are complete opposites. If you truly protect and care for yourself, you're also able to extend the same amount of care and acceptance to others. On the other hand, if you're harsh on yourself, you'll be harsh on others. True self-love is taking care of yourself emotionally and mentally and energetically. It's prioritizing yourself without being selfish and protecting yourself by being kind to yourself. You can tell the people that are kind to themselves by how they treat others. They have a sense of humor and an air of gentleness when somebody makes a mistake, or even in general. They are willing and open, and it comes easily to them to give others a chance. So, as Valentine's Day approaches, if you are in a relationship, I hope you are enjoying that Eros love, which is oh so fun and delicious. And I hope your love has that solid foundation of filial love. And if you're single, remember, there are so many kinds of love to give and experience. Yes, you can buy yourself flowers and gifts, why not? But more fulfilling is doing an act of kindness to a friend or a stranger, even if it's just listening and helping them out with something. We humans feel a lot happier by helping someone in need. I wish you a wonderful day and week, and I'll catch up with you next time. If you've enjoyed this episode, and if you're getting anything out of this podcast at all, you can show us some love by rating this podcast wherever you listen and sharing it with a friend that might enjoy it. We're just starting out, as you know, and all your feedback really helps, actually. Okay, love ya. Thank you.